Hello everyone, I am re-recording this video of certain important points of Environmental Engineering 1 because in the Google Meet when I am delivering the lecture some of the parts you have missed or your link is you are not in the lecture due to the internet connectivity problems or issues which are there during our online Google Meet. Hence, these important points I hope or I feel that it is very important to deliver to you because it is very important from your exam point of view or for your future point of view. Hence, I am re-recording the corresponding session and we will have a discussion on the important point or important unit of our water supply engineering, that is nothing but the filtration. We will have a detailed discussion about the theoretical parts of the filtration used in the water treatment, and we will have a design or practical examples based on the filtration, and we will take the reference of our Mumbai University syllabus as well as the university question papers, and we will have a detailed discussion on these corresponding points or the which type of the theory question, what type of the design examples are asked in the Mumbai University, that we will have a discussion. But moving towards the design problems or design example, first, it is necessary to know what is the theoretical background or theory behind the filtration. We will see first the theory behind the filtration in this corresponding discussion, and then we will move ahead with the problems or examples with respect to the filtration. Let's start the discussion. I know that all of you in this stage or in the filtration, before the filtration unit, we have studied the topic that is nothing but the coagulation and flocculation. Before the coagulation and flocculation, we have studied the unit or the topic that is nothing but the sedimentation, and in the sedimentation we have designed the sedimentation tank, and coagulation flocculation tank similarly we have designed. I'm not going to discuss, but I want to say that these processes before the sedimentation screening, these processes are familiar to you, and we will have a discussion on the new point that comes after the coagulation and flocculation. That point is nothing but the corresponding filtration. Starting or related to the water treatment, first process is nothing but the screening, which we have seen already. Then second process is nothing but the plain sedimentation we have seen. Then third process with respect to the water treatment we have seen sedimentation with coagulation. Now we will discuss about the filtration, as this diagram denotes the overview of the water treatment plant where treatment to the water is given. And from the starting, if suppose I am going to use the highlighter, and from the starting, if you have seen here, it is nothing but the preliminary treatment is present, and here bar screen is there, means screening phenomenon is there. Then here chemical coagulants are added, water is lifted if there is a difference in the elevation with respect to the water supply pipe or raw water intake pipe at which is situated at a ground level, and suppose your water treatment plant is located at a higher level, then such provision is required in order to lift the water. And here at the point number 4 you are able to observe that low lift pump weir is installed. Then process of coagulation and flocculation is there, and after coagulation and flocculation they have provided the phenomenon of the sedimentation. And after the process of coagulation and flocculation, your water, we may call it as a raw water, is going towards this corresponding filter media, and this process is known as the filtration, where water is passed to the filter media. In detail we will have a discussion on the filtration. Let's move ahead. As you all of know, or all of you are knowing, that screening and sedimentation removes a large amount of suspended solids and organic matter present in the water. Process of the screening is nothing but it is the first process or first treatment which is given to the raw water, that is nothing but the screening. And screening removes what? Bar screens are placed at an incline and certain angles we have seen, in the flow of the water, particularly in the way of intake pipe, and where bar screens are provided at an inclined angle, and bars are nothing but the steel rods are provided at a certain angle of inclination with respect to the horizontal flow. When such an angle of inclination is present, large amount of the floating matter, suspended matter, particularly large size floating matter, is getting removed. Large size floating matters means leaves are there, paper bags are there, plastic bags are there. All these things are removed with the help of the screening, and this is nothing but the application we have discussed already. And sedimentation, as well as sedimentation removes large amount of the suspended solids and organic matter present in the water. Okay, this is nothing but the application of the sedimentation. But there is one drawback. Of this corresponding sedimentation with coagulation next process. It is not effective in removing the fine flock particles, means which do not settle down in the sedimentation tank, color, dissolved minerals and microorganisms or bacteria present in the water. Means your water is now in the state of purification. It is not completely 100% pure. Why? Because sedimentation, screening, as well as sedimentation with coagulation, you have removed only the suspended matters, which is large size as well as very fine size, but still very fine matter which is not easily settling in the sedimentation tank, which is easily not settling in the sedimentation with coagulation, as well as color, dissolved minerals and microorganisms or bacteria are still present in the water. And in order to remove such remaining impurities, process of the filtration is introduced. Means still in the water what is present? Bacteria is present, microorganisms are present, very fine particles are present, as well as color is present, and that is completely not removed by the previous processes which we have seen. And now all these corresponding impurity, let's see these are getting removed or not after the filtration. After the completion of all our theory lectures with respect to the filtration, you will easily able to state that or understand that either color is getting removed with the help of filtration or not, either microorganisms or bacteria are going to be removed or not. That we will see in this corresponding session. These are nothing but the drawbacks of the preliminary or primary methods. Still water is impure, and now new process which is used to overcome all these drawbacks, that is nothing but the filtration. First we will see the definition and then we will proceed ahead. And as per the previous slide, the remaining impurities, now you understood which impurities are remaining in the water. To remove these remaining impurities and to produce potable water, the water is filtered through the beds of fine granular medium such as or material such as sand. Means we have seen in the previous slide, still impurities are present, and in order to remove the impurities or in order to make our water potable water, this water is filtered through the beds of fine granular material such as sand. Means potable water means drinkable water. It does not contain corresponding impurities which we have discussed earlier. And we will going to pass a length or a flow of water through a filter media or granular material, such as commonly used filter media or material is nothing but the sand. And see, the definition of filtration is nothing but it is the process of passing the water through the beds of such granular material is known as the filtration. Means water which is passed through the beds of the granular material is simply known as the filtration. And see, filtration helps in removing the color, filtration helps in removing the odor, filtration helps in removing the turbidity as well as pathogenic bacteria from the water. Means in the previous slide, the impurities still present in the water. I am not telling you that all the 100% impurities are getting removed, but large amount of the impurities such as color impurity, odor impurity, turbidity and pathogenic bacteria are getting removed from the corresponding filtration. We will see. But moving towards directly the process of the filtration, you should know what is the theory of filtration. Particularly talking about the Mumbai University examination, if you have referred the previous year question papers, in that question papers, they are asking that write down the theory of the filtration, and in the theory of filtration, they are supposing that you should write down the answer about the principle of filtration. But most of the students are writing the answer about the design of the filtration or construction working of the filtration. That is not the case they have asked. You have to write down the theory of filtration, means you have to actually write down the phenomenon by which filtration are occurring, not the things by which filtration is occurring. You have to not by the component by which filtration is occurring, not by the granular media by which filtration is occurring. You have to write down basic principle or processes through which the phenomenon of the filtration will going to occur. Similarly, in the theory of the sedimentation, we have seen that principle of the sedimentation is simple, very simple, means theory of the filtration, which process is actually responsible for the corresponding sedimentation, which we have discussed. And sedimentation principle is nothing but the particles are settling. When you are going to make the flow of water steady, the particles are settling under the influence of the gravitational force or force of the gravity. That is simple principle by which sedimentation will occur. Now we will see the principle by which filtration is occurring. Before discussing about the theory of filtration, let's see what are the effects which are occurring in the water with the help of the filtration. And I have written here, it has been noticed that during the filtration, following effects are produced in the water. Means after passing through the filter media or after undergoing the process of filtration, it is observed that following effects are produced in the water, because your water is impure, or we may call it as a raw water, but after passing through the filter media, we have seen which type of the impurities are getting removed and what effects are produced in your water after the filtration. We will see first effect I have written here, that is nothing but the suspended and colloidal matter present in the water is considerably reduced. Considerably means at a large extent it gets reduced. Then second, colloidal matter means suspended matter, there is no any discussion. Colloidal matter means the particles or smaller particles which are in collision with each other. Suspended particles are suspending at the top surface of the water. Settleable particles are settling at the bottom of the water. But what is about the colloidal matter? Colloidal particles are in collision, state of the collision with each other, and these particles are not easily settling. But through the filtration process, colloidal matter as well as suspended matter present in the water considerably reduced after the filtration. Then second, the chemical characteristics of water are changed. Means water becomes raw water, it gets converted into the pure water when you pass the water to the filter media. Hence chemical characteristics of the water are changed, and number of bacteria present in the water are also considerably reduced. This is nothing but the important effects which are produced due to the filtration. Now we will discuss more in detail as per the syllabus is concerned, or as per the Mumbai University theory exam questions are concerned. If they have asked the theory of the filtration, we will see which point you should write down. Okay, particularly in the theory of filtration or principle of filtration, particularly talking about that principle, these are nothing but the four processes. These are nothing but the four processes or four ways by which the phenomenon of filtration is occurring. We will see one by one. We will see one by one. That is nothing but the, just a minute. First is nothing but the mechanical straining. Then second is nothing but the flocculation and sedimentation. third is nothing but the biological metabolism, and fourth is nothing but the electrolytic changes. All these four processes, or you may call it as a four important principle by which the phenomenon of the filtration is occurring, and this is nothing but the theory of filtration we will discuss. Particularly talking about the first, that is nothing but the mechanical straining. First is nothing but the mechanical straining. I will explain you what is the meaning of the first process, mechanical straining. Here you are able to observe that there is a pore space between the corresponding, this is nothing but the filter media or sand media, and there is a pore space, open space, or you may call it as a void space between the two particles. And mechanical straining means what? When the water is getting filtered, these are nothing but the flock or impurities which have come from the previous process, previous process is nothing but which process? Previous process is nothing but the coagulation and flocculation process. Still water is impure, and you are able to observe that such flocculated particles or impurities are present. And mechanical straining is nothing but what? Here when water is filtered, where water is passing through the beds of the filter medium, suppose this is nothing but the filter media I am drawing, and this is nothing but your sand, and here I am denoting the water with the help of the blue color, and here above the filter media first water will going to pass, and this water will going to pass through the granular media. When these impurities are present in this water, there is no any straining, there is no any force, these are freely moving. But when this is enlarged diagram, but when these are passing through this void media, 100% mechanical straining will going to occur. And due to this mechanical straining means what? Larger area is available for them to flow or to hinder everywhere, or to move here and there or everywhere in the corresponding water. But now when it passes through the filter media, there is a void space present between this filter media, and through this void space they are not going to pass, and hence in this void space they are getting arrested, and this is known as phenomenon is known as the mechanical straining. They are unable to pass through the void space, they are getting arrested in the void spaces. Only water will going to pass through the bottom, and the bacteria are getting arrested. This is known as the mechanical straining. This is nothing but the first principle which I have discussed. Then second important thing, that is nothing but the second principle is nothing but the flocculation and sedimentation. Flocculation and sedimentation means, flocculation is nothing but what? You are knowing about the flock is nothing but a simple material or particle which contains the impurities. ज्यावेळी केमिकल रिएक्शन ऑकर होतात त्यावेळी फ्लॉक हा जनरेट होतो. फ्लॉक कधी जनरेट होतो? आपण बघितलंय ॲलम ऍड केल्यानंतर फ्लॉक जनरेट होतो, आणि जेव्हा ॲलम म्हणजे एक प्रकारचं केमिकल आहे, आणि ते ॲलम ज्यावेळी तुमच्या वॉटर मधल्या इम्प्युरिटी बरोबर रिॲक्ट होतं त्यावेळी फ्लॉक तयार होतो. आणि फ्लॉक्युलेशन म्हणजेच काय? फ्लॉक तयार होण्याची जी प्रोसेस आहे त्याला आपण म्हणतो फ्लॉक्युलेशन अँड सेडिमेंटेशन. त्यामुळे these small basins are acting as a flocculation basin as well as sedimentation basin. These are known as the, here you are able to observe that flocculation and sedimentation basins means these void spaces are there, these are acting as a flocculation basin. Why? Because previous process is nothing but the coagulation and flocculation, and the flock which is not settled in that process, that directly comes in the filtration, and that flock, smaller flock particles are getting settled in this basin, and these basins are known as the flocculation basins as well as sedimentation basin. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये सेडिमेंटेशन सुद्धा होते void space मध्ये, आणि करस्पॉन्डिंगली फ्लॉक्युलेशन सुद्धा होते void spaces मध्ये. This is nothing but the second principle behind the filtration. Now we will discuss about the third, biological metabolism. Biological metabolism is nothing but bacteria जे present असतात. Here you are able to see that bacteria which are present in the water, and that bacteria which are present in the water, that bacteria requires what? Requires the nutrient for their growth, requires food for their growth. त्यामुळे ह्या वॉइड स्पेसेसमध्ये अरेस्ट झालेले जे ऑर्गॅनिक मटेरियल असणार आहे किंवा जे फूड असणार आहे, दॅट फूड इज टेकन अप बाय द बॅक्टेरिया. त्यामुळे बायोलॉजिकल मेटाबॉलिझम कॅरी आउट करायला त्यांना जे फूड लागणार आहे, ज्यांना ऑक्सिजन लागणार आहे, तो ते कशामधून घेणार आहेत? वॉटरमधून घेणार आहेत. आणि इनडायरेक्टली ते वॉटर सुद्धा काय करणार आहेत? प्युरिफाय करणार आहेत. पाण्यामध्ये जसे इनऑर्गॅनिक इम्प्युरिटीज असतात, इनऑर्गॅनिक म्हणजेच काय? सँड, डस्ट, ग्रीट, ज्याच्यामध्ये साईज, शेप, वेट चेंज होत नाही. आणि ऑर्गॅनिक म्हणजेच काय? लिव्हिंग. त्या सगळ्या मॅटर बॅक्टेरिया काय करणार आहे? फॉर देअर बायोलॉजिकल मेटाबॉलिझम दे आर टेकिंग, अँड ड्यू टू दिस बायोलॉजिकल मेटाबॉलिझम अल्टरनेटिव्हली प्युरिफिकेशन ऑफ वॉटर विल गोइंग टू ऑकर. दिस इज नथिंग बट द थर्ड principal meaning, biological metabolism. And last is nothing but the electrolytic changes. Last is nothing but the electrolytic changes. We have seen that positive charge and negative charge, when they combine with each other, they are going to neutralize each other, and the corresponding impurities which are flowing through the water, these are having similar to the electrons, these are having the negative charge, and the sand particles are having the positive charge. When this negative positive comes in contact with each other, they are going to neutralize each other, and when they are going to neutralize each other, water purification will going to occur. And this phenomenon is known as the electrolytic changes. Why? Similar to the process of passing of the electron, passing of the current, where electron are, when you are going to pass the current, electrons are moving from one end to last end. And similarly, this impurities, if you are treating it as the electron, they are carrying the negative charge, sand particles are carrying the positive charge. When they are going to come in contact with each other, they are going to neutralize the water, or another word, they are going to purify the water. This is nothing but the best diagram where you are able to see that mechanical straining, you are able to observe coagulation and flocculation, biological metabolism you are able to observe, and last is nothing but the electrolytic changes you are going to observe. And when university exam asks such question with respect to the theory of filtration, then you should write down this important principle behind the phenomenon of the filtration. Then we will move ahead. Which type of the filter materials are used? Which type of the filter materials are used for the filtration? Because we have seen the definition. Water is passed through the beds of the filter media or granular filter media. We will see filter materials. This is nothing but the one image. In this image, you are able to observe that one bottle is there, inverted bottle, and various types of the filter media is there. Means each and every particle which is available in the what we can say universe, or available on the earth, particularly which is having geological importance, that particles such as different types of the rocks we can use as a filter media. Means here one bottle is there, and inside of this bottle you are able to observe that sponge is there, cotton is there, as well as large size gravel is there. Here sand is there, gravels are there large size. Here you are able to see that marble like particles are there. Each and every type of the particle, still research is going on and related to the check the efficiency of filtration by wearing the filter media. Is nothing but just one understandable diagram which I have picked up from the net to understand the filter materials. Now we will discuss about the filter materials. First point I have written here, that is nothing but the sand is nothing but the most widely used filter material. Means every type of the water treatment plant which is present in each and every municipality, and that municipality or that corporation and or we may call it as a metropolitan city which is having a larger population, larger growth, economic growth, they are going to employ the water treatment plant. And when they are going to employ the water treatment plant, and when they are going to employ the process of filtration, most common material or filter material which is used for the filtration is nothing but the sand. And the layer of sand is supported on a gravel bed. Means below the sand a firm support is required, and that firm support is given by the gravel bed, which is having larger size gravels, and the sand to be used should be fairly uniform its size. Hence, important things are nothing but the uniformity characteristics of the sand should be known. And when the thing related to the uniformity characteristics of the sand in your geotechnical engineering, also if you have studied fineness, uniformity coefficient, how to calculate, similar process we have to use when we are using the sand for our filtration. And the uniformity characteristics of sand are expressed in terms of effective size, and second is nothing but uniformity coefficient is nothing but formula Cu is divided by D60 divided by D10. D10 is nothing but effective size of the sand which is finer than this size D10. Then D60 is nothing but effective size of the sand which are finer than this size, and these we are getting after the sieve analysis. And when we divide D60 divided D10, we will get the uniformity coefficient. And for what we want the fairly uniform size of the sand. When fairly uniform size of the sand, when you are talking, then your corresponding coefficient of uniformity or uniformity coefficient should be nearly equal to 1. And for fine or uniformly graded sand, coefficient of uniformity is 1. Just you have to divide D60 by D10. I think this practical you are going to perform, or you have performed in the geotechnical engineering on the semi-log curve and semi-log graph paper. You are going to plot, you are going to identify where is D10, where is D60, and just substituting the value of D60 divided by D10, you will going to get the uniformity coefficient. Similarly, procedure you have to follow, and fairly uniform size of the sand should be there for the filter media. Now we will see more things about the filter media. Further, the sand used for the filter should satisfy the following. Means common filter material, common filter media, universally used filter media for the purification of the raw water, that is nothing but the sand. And the sand which is used as a filter media should satisfy the following things. First is nothing but it should be hard and resistance against the weathering action चा त्याच्यावरती कोणता इफेक्ट व्हायला नको आहे. इग्निशन लॉस should not exceed 0.7% by weight. Means large amount of the ignition characteristics should be absent. Specific gravity range, see the specific gravity range. Specific gravity range should be 2.55 to 2.65, and its silica content should not be less than 90%, and its soluble fraction in hydrochloric acid should not exceed 5% by weight. Means it is nothing but the aggregate stripping value test when you are going to dig the corresponding quantity of the sand in the HCl solution, and after 24 hours you are again getting the weight, and it should not exceed 5% by weight. This is nothing but the important factors or important things which your sand should satisfy. Very important. Means strength of the sand which you are using for the filtration should satisfy this corresponding 5 characteristics. Then and only then your phenomenon of the filtration will be very much effective. Now other filtering materials which is used, that is nothing but the, apart from the sand, that is nothing but the most of the researchers are using, that is nothing but the anthracite coal is they are using, coconut shell powder they are using, or powder or granulate activated carbon material is also using. Very important filter media which different researchers have utilized, but none of these filter media or material has find wide applications as sand, because sand is universally available and its cost is very less as compared to this corresponding filter media which are known as the option to the filter media, because we have to prepare this filter media after undergoing the process of ignition and giving heat treatment. But when we are going to talk about the sand, it is universally available and very less amount we have to pay, very less investment we have to pay when we are talking about the sand as a filter media. And none of these filter materials has found wide applications as sand has found out. Hence why now you have understood why sand is known as the universal most commonly used filter media. And the gravel should be used below the sand should be hard, durable or free from impurities. Gravel support is given to hold firmly the sand above it, and gravel which is used should be hard, durable and free from the impurities. This characteristic should possess, gravel should possess. Then talking about the filter classification, we have seen general's introduction with respect to the filtration, and now we will see what are the types of the filter actually present at the site. There are two modes or there are two bases on which filter are classified, or there are different types of the filter. First is nothing but based on the rate of filtration, which I have denoted in the yellow color, and second is based on the driving force. These are nothing but the two important factors on which the filters are classified. First is nothing but based on the rate of filtration, and second is nothing but the driving force which is required to overcome the frictional resistance encountered by the water flowing through the filter. That can be either the force of gravity or applied pressure force. रेट ऑफ फिल्ट्रेशन म्हणजेच काय, कोणत्या स्पीडने तुमचं वॉटर काय होतं, प्युरिफाय होतंय. आणि ड्रायव्हिंग फोर्स म्हणजेच काय, तुम्ही जे फिल्टर मीडियावरती वॉटर इंट्रोड्यूस करणार आहात तर त्या वॉटरचा ड्रायव्हिंग फोर्स कोणता आहे. ग्रॅव्हिटीनेच तुम्ही पास करणार आहात का एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर तुम्ही त्याच्यावरती अप्लाय करणार आहात. ओपन टू ॲटमॉस्फिअर ठेवलं तर ग्रॅव्हिटीनेच वॉटर जाणार आहे. जर आपण क्लोज केलं चेंबर आणि वॉटर फिल्टर मीडियामधून पास केलं त्या क्लोज चेंबर मधून, तर त्याच्यावरती प्रेशर क्रिएट करणार आहे. तर हे दोन टाईपचे ड्रायव्हिंग फोर्स असतात. एक आपण पास करतोय विथ हेल्प ऑफ ओनली ग्रॅव्हिटी, ॲटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर, आणि दुसरा येते आपण त्याच्यामध्ये प्रेशर जनरेट करून आपण पास करतोय. का, कारण की ज्यावेळी प्रेशर इन्क्रीज होतं त्यावेळी रेट ऑफ फिल्ट्रेशन सुद्धा वाढतो. ह्या दोन बेसिसवरतीच क्लासिफिकेशन फिल्टर्स केलेले आहे. and based on the rate of filtration there are two types, slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. And as its name suggests, slow sand filter rate of filtration is very low. And remember, slow sand filters are not generally used nowadays for a larger water treatment plant. And rapid sand filter, as its name suggests, rapidly purifies the water, and rate of filtration of rapid sand filter is much higher than the slow sand filter. What is the quantity by which the rate is much higher than the slow sand filter, I will discuss with you when we will move ahead. And a rapid sand filter, there are two types, rapid gravity filter and second is nothing but the pressure filters. Gravity filters means no any additional pressure is there. Under the force of the gravity, water will going to pass and purification will going to occur. And pressure filters, under the pressure water is going to pass, closed chamber is there, and pressure filter rate of filtration is much higher than the rapid gravity filter. And depending upon the driving force, another way of classification of filter, depending upon the driving force, two types are there, gravity filters and second is nothing but the pressure filters. Driving force in the first case is gravity, under atmospheric pressure water is flowing, and second is nothing but the pressure filter. Artificial pressure is created by closing the chamber of the filter media and passing the water through the pressure. These are nothing but the classification of the filters. Okay, this is nothing but the basic theory related to the basic introductory part with related to the filtration we have seen. And now next session we will discuss about the slow sand filter. Now in the next session we will discuss about the slow sand filter, because problems as well as theory with respect to the slow sand filter and rapid sand filters are asked. Directly we will focus on the slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. Just introductory part with respect to the topic filtration we have discussed, and now in the next session which I am delivering we will have a discussion on the slow sand filter in detail. Thank you once again for attending this corresponding session. I will introduce the new slow sand filter topic in the next corresponding video. Thank you very much. I will ending up the today's session. Thank you.